feels like a homage to the whole surf music from the 60s, you know. So bands like Ventures and Link Way, and you know, there are many surf musicians from the 60s that I have been listening to. So I thought it could be fun to try to do a kind of an electronic version of the surf sound. On a new track, I'm only working with my piano. Actually, it's an old upright piano, and it's totally without the computer. So it's just me jamming around and trying to find some melodies and some chord progressions that I like. Then it's just later that I transform that into the computer. I would rather use my ears instead of watching on a computer monitor, because that's already a graphical way of thinking music. So for me, it's really nice just to focus on the melodies and the simple things, and then I can later put the production and everything around it. I was listening quite a lot to the same music as I actually listen to now. Of course, bands like The Cure and Joy Division and The Smiths and Echo and the Bunnymen. It was mostly the, you know, British new wave became the soundtrack to my life back then. Music is often a mix of very different music styles and you know, inputs, and for me, of course, I'm getting inspired by the music that I listen to, and especially this melancholic that I can use in my own music, and something that is maybe quite typical for what I do. It really often has this blue vibe to it. It is basically a you know, compilation of some of the best remixes that I have done for other people, like Depeche Mode, Franz Ferdinand, and Encore. It's also some remix swaps. You know, Mode Selector asked me to do a remix for them, and then I thought it could be fun to remix them back. It was much more artist to artist. So I really like this fact that someone that you really admire is remixing you, and I'm remixing them, and it's a fun thing to do. It was quite easy to transform, especially my latest album, because it really has so many live elements in it. So it was just to like kind of jam it, and then I also did some new versions, because I really didn't want to play totally the same versions as you can find on the album. I think some bands are playing sometimes nearly the same tracks in the same way as they are on the albums. And that's a bit boring for me, so I really wanted to do new versions. It's nearly like remixing yourself for the live stage. So sometimes we put up the tempo, and the drummer come with an idea, and the guitar player suddenly plays a totally new part, and that is so cool for me. Then when the band is together, that the music really gets this magical touch, I think. And I really like that thing that it's so organic. it is quite a lonely process making albums, because it's mostly me in the studio jamming around and slowly building new tracks up. It's mostly playing keyboards and stuff and percussion and some glockenspiel and a little bit guitar. I'm not that good at playing that, so I often play a lot of takes and then I just pick out the most lucky ones. It is not because I'm tired of club music or anything. It was just the right thing to do for me. When I work on my studio albums, it's really important not to think too much about what the people want or what target groups there should be and what the label is thinking. It's much more about just focusing on doing the music that I like, and then hopefully people will buy the record.